What's going on, everyone? And welcome to Solomon's Crown. So today, guys, we got another review from Pearly Things. She's an up and coming YouTuber that's pretty much red pill, but from a female's perspective. So in this clip, she pretty much opens the floor for debating whether the pay gap is real or not. And on one corner you have an older lady, and you have the younger ladies, and they're both duking it out. But we'll just play the clip and see what's going on.
Yes, sir.
This is why earlier I brought in history and the fact that there was a point where we weren't even allowed in education. So in terms of financially, men have already had their head start. That's why I would say that, okay, women, they tend to be homeless because men have had the head start from...
Who be homeless? Women?
They said women homeless.
Where?
I've heard that being thrown around. I mean, I can't really go into it and say it's true or false. I will say though that a lot of the times, if a woman is homeless, she will get more pity. But personally, I've seen more
Even
homeless
Jordan,
men.
yeah, even Jordan Peterson talked about it. There's a video where he's like, there's more homeless men, there's more men without jobs, because like literally if you see a homeless dude, like you're just like, yo, man up and stop being a bum, like go get a job, go do this and that. But if you think about it, like most women will be taken in by men even without jobs and taken care of. So like I get that certain situations, not all situations are like that, but like to say that there's like a lot of homeless women, like just because what, like
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that one. We'll see. I gotta
That's what
look
I'm
at
saying. Our
the data.
yeah.
Go ahead.
generation is going to change things a lot because in terms of women are going to be able to catch up a lot more.
Speaking to the mic.
So women are going to be able to catch up a lot more. Yeah, I feel like we can't ignore history when it comes to when you're considering the financial position of men and women. You can't ignore history.
I just get totally sick of that, when it comes to like the finances, because I've worked in jobs and I've earned the same as the men. And when they talk about all this pay gap and that the men have had it and the women have had it, as far as I'm concerned, there's no reason why a woman can't go out there and get paid the same money for, as she's same qualifications, same job, same experience. I've done it. And I've also got a pay rise every year. I've never ever worked. I had a man on the same role as me, same experience, earn more than me. So and you're talking about the old generation. I'm the old generation.
In what sector is this?
But what I'm trying to say...
What sector is this? What sector is this?
Bro.
Transport, management in transport.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter where it is, because wherever you go, you can get paid
Are these
the
sectors
same.
that you're required to have a certain level of qualification?
Any job you can go. Any job that a man can get qualified at and get paid, a woman who is equally qualified, equally experienced, and has the same manner when it comes to working. Because that's what we let women down.
So that's the thing, is like the newer generation of women don't want to, like you said, they'll go get a degree in basket weaving and be like, why am I not making as much money as a CEO of Samsung? Like, and the thing is like, I hate how like they always laugh about it and just be like, oh, she's just like,
She don't know what she's talking
like,
about.
she don't know what she's doing. And like, it's true, bro. Like we're in the Air Force where everybody comes into the same job. If you're a crew chief, you're a crew chief, whether you're a man or a female, you all get paid the same. And that's probably the most relatable situation, because we literally get paid the same.
Literally get paid the same.
And it doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man.
And the thing is, outside of, I would say, certain women that they live a certain lifestyle, alternative lifestyle, a lot of the females, they are in office positions. They either sit in the office, or they're I don't even remember the positions they have, but like 2 rooms, stuff like that. Especially if they get pregnant, like they can't mess
so
with
like
the
logistics,
statistics,
like all types of stuff. And even like Mia Khalifa was saying, I saw an interview with her, she was like, oh, joining the military or joining the working for a government job is worse because you're selling your body to the
government. You
government
literally are selling your body to the government.
rather than, she's saying that making an OnlyFans is better than that because at least you're selling your body for yourself. But it's like somebody owns OnlyFans. If OnlyFans shut down tomorrow, what are you going to do? I mean, they will, because all their dudes will be like, oh, I'll cash app you. I'll cash app you.
True.
But like, they've already established that. And that's the thing, is like, where can I go as a man and just like be like, yo, free dick pics? Like,
doesn't work that way, unfortunately.
At all. Like, the dick pic market is oversaturated as is for free, bro. So
What's wrong with you, bro?
It's hard out here for a pimp. But all right, let's finish.
The mannerisms when they go in, they either go in like, oh, you know, they're going too strong. But if you go in the job with the right frame of mind, and nowadays the women are more qualified. In my generation, that's what you're going to say. The women are more qualified. In the old generation, we weren't that qualified. And the young generation, they're qualified now. So there is no reason for people to say, oh, but the men have got it now because they've earned more. That's rubbish nowadays, especially for the new generation, because it's there for you on the plate. You've got it better than us.
Yeah, so I don't understand, like, what does that have to do with me today? That, like, some women were locked out of education before I was born. How does that affect me?
Because even in these environments, let's say a woman has managed to get to, let's say, a very senior position, it's still an environment that is dominated by maleness, especially white maleness. So, for instance, if you're a white woman and you've now come into this space, you have to overcome the barrier of being a woman in a male-dominated space.
No, I don't.
Okay, so how would you adapt?
You work hard.
Speaking to the
You
mic.
work hard. Like, that's what I say. Like, every time someone blames their pay on the pay gap, they're lazy. Honestly, they're lazy because the pay gap doesn't exist. When you take in, this is what you don't understand. When you take into account personality differences between men and women don't ask for raises. That's the problem. 60% of women have never asked for a raise, and you're going to complain that you don't get paid the same. You don't ask for a raise.
This is what I'm saying. The environment, a man, because this is an environment that men have been in.
No, it's a choice. That's a choice.
Before women, if I personally, I would ask for a raise, but it's different because it takes confidence to ask for that. Confidence in yourself. And if you're in an environment that wasn't even made for people like you, for some women, there would be some of the first people in that kind of environment, and they have to thrive in that. You have to overcome the barrier of having to adapt in that environment. That's something a man doesn't have to think of.
One, there are quotas. Okay, so there are specific quotas to give women jobs over men. Men don't have any quotas. So we're
because
giving
they don't need it.
No, because
Yo, this like baffles me so much. Like, it's like, okay, I'm gonna just keep making excuses. Like, I'm gonna keep making excuses. Men don't need, like, so as men, we have to compete with every other dude.
Plus women on top of that.
Exactly. And most women will get like a good paying job and just be like, oh, well, we need more diversity. I mean, even us being Black, there's what is that, affirmative action hire and stuff like that, but they're not affirmative action hiring like CEOs. Like, it's not just like, hey man, like, you're some bum off the street, like, you want to be a CEO of this company. Usually it's affirmative action for like Walmart or like a company that's looking for diversity because they want to show that they are diverse in their marketing employees and all that other stuff. Like, I don't know why she just thinks that men have it so easy. Like, if anything, men have it a lot more easy or a lot more harder than women when it comes to these jobs.
So I don't understand why a lot of feminists, they have this tendency to be like, well, back in the day, we're still living in male patriarchy or white supremacy and all that stuff. And I'm not gonna sit here and be naive and be like, there aren't spaces where, there's a lot of sexism going on. There aren't spaces where there's a lot of racism and shit going on like that. But it's like, come on, bro. Like, women have so much more advantages, especially most of the hiring managers are male, or if they're male, they have a leg up.
Yep.
And it's simple. You just ask for raises and do the work. Because women will be the first one to take leave. They get pregnant, they have baby leave, and it's like, You're
My
not,
girl's
and a man will be
summer-
like, "Yo, you got overtime?
Yeah,
let me get
exactly.
that." Like,
because our mentality is how can I make as much money as possible? A lot of women will be like, oh, I can't deal with the stress because work is stressful. I need to go on a 2-week trip to Barbados so I can relax and spend all the money that I have, or like even spend a portion of that money. And men, we don't have that like luxury of just being like, yo, I mean, some men do, but like we're talking about the average Joe. Like, you don't have the luxury of just being like, yo, I'm gonna take 2 weeks off of work because if I do come back and I'm broke, somebody's gonna take care of me. Like, and that's the thing too, is like you think about like most men date broke women, and women don't with money don't date broke men. Like no woman is gonna, like, even we'll get into these other conversations later, but like even like women who are like, oh, I need a man who's gonna be able to travel with me because I like to travel. If he doesn't want to travel, then I can't be with him. And it's like, I gotta work, bro. Like, even with us being like when we had leave in the military, how many times did you take leave? How many people have use or lose?
I legit had 90 days of leave when I separated, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
I never took leave.
Because it's just like, okay, like I went home to San Diego one time and it was like $6,000. And I was just like, why? Like, why would I do this again? Like, and I was overseas. So it's like, I could have spent $6,000 in Japan and like lived the best
king,
like best 3 weeks of my life and still had money left over after that, because the hotels are cheaper overseas, the travel's cheaper overseas, the food is cheaper overseas. Like the attractions that are overseas are actually nice attractions that are worth the money. I can go take a boat ride from one island to another island. There's so many things that you could do overseas that are just like I took for granted, for damn sure. Because like coming back to the States, I mean, even to fly from like one city to another city is going to be at least $300. I flew from, what did I do? I flew from Germany to Italy for $130. Like, imagine that, bro. Like flying from a decent place to a really nice vacation spot that people work like 4 to 5 years to fly to for $125. My hotel was $120. So altogether, if I wouldn't have missed my flights and everything, my trip would have cost me $350.
Yeah.
Breakfast included, transportation pretty much like in the city. Like I could get on the bus and head anywhere for like 50 cents. Yeah, I'm there. Some of the buses are just free because it's like a commuter bus. So
wow.
I accidentally got lost and ended up in Venice for $12. Like you can't tell me, like, and that's the thing is like, we'll just finish the video because I'm gonna get off on the tangent.
Why do we need a quota? Or do you not think women are qualified to get the job on their own?
I didn't say that.
No, but that's what you're implying by saying we need quotas.
I said. No. That's why I said you can't ignore the history.
No,
because the reason the quotas are there.
That's an excuse.
Is due to the history.
That's an excuse.
I'm not saying
it's an excuse.
Okay.
Anyone can go out and get any job they want. Nothing's stopping us. There's no law stopping us. And if anything, there's incentives.
I've worked in a male-dominated environment all my life. And I can honestly say I was the only black woman supervisor, black woman manager.
Props to
and
you.
It never, not props to me, it was a job. I didn't care whether I was black or not. I'm getting the money. I'm getting the same money as everybody else. To me, it didn't matter whether I was black or not. It was a job. And the men have got the job. I've got the job. They're earning the same as me. And every year I make sure I got my pay rise the way they did.
And you didn't.
And I had the same attitude.
You didn't make it a hang-up.
No. And the thing is with women, I find that when they go out, like, yes, your attitude has to change. I'm in a male environment. I'm with a load of males. So, yeah, I can hold my own. I can have a conversation. I'm going to dress feminine, but I'm going to stand my own like masculine. But you see, when I step out that house and I get home to my man, all feminine.
Oh, God.
Submissive. And that's what the women fail to realise now, the new generation, because you can go out there and you can do a job just as good as a man. And when you come home, you forget that you're a woman. You still go on like you're a man. That's what the men don't like.
I didn't everything you're insinuating. I didn't.
I'm not insinuating. I'm just saying. I'm speaking from experience because I don't want to hear the excuse of, oh, because you're a woman, you got to go in that environment and act a certain way. Rubbish. Because of your colour, rubbish. Because of your sex, rubbish. Because of the pay, rubbish. Because I've done it, and it's the norm. I've done it. So all women need to do, if you want to get paid more, the same way how you can speak up and say, oh, I'm a woman, this and that, speak up and say, excuse me, but I'm due a pay rise. Can I have my money? This is how hard I've worked. This is what I deserve. And this is what my contract says.
Now, that's what I'm saying, that now you can do that, but it hasn't always been like that.
No, I'm older than you.
So that's the thing too, is like they're like, oh well, it used to be. I could literally be like, yo, it used to be slavery, so that's why I can't like get a job at Walmart, bro. Like, no, that's not how this works.
And the
And that's
lady's literally telling her, like, yo, I lived it 50, like 40 years ago, 30 years ago. And she's not
listening. That's the thing. And then on top of that, as soon as they were like, oh, when I go home and I'm submissive and I'm feminine, they were just like, oh, like, what is that? Like I'm making money. I don't have to go home and
because you
cook,
see the
clean,
thing is,
take care of my dude, make sure he's good, listen to him. Because that's another thing too, is like with these older women, they listen to their dudes. Like they used to, like, from what I remember, even from the TV shows, is like everybody had dinner. You talked about your day. You talked to the kids. You talked to your wife. You talk everything out. And then after dinner, clean up, decompose, maybe watch a movie, maybe watch a sitcom, make some popcorn and chill. Now, what do these females do? I'm on Instagram. I'm on, like, I'm catching up on everybody else's drama. I'm gossiping, this, and that. I'm complaining about work, even though low key, most of the time they be the problem, because it's like, oh, well, some dude told me to come in and do this and I don't get paid enough for that. Well, now if you're not getting paid enough for that, you can be like, yo, I need to get paid more. But with that being said, we're going to take a brief intermission, set up our setup, and then we'll be right back. So what do you guys think so far? Let us know in the comments. Also, remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you know when our next video pops up. And with that, we will be right back with the second part.
we said